Hey y'all, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about and approach as a subject a little bit that's more specific to the scenarios and how you lay them out is going to be about composition and shot composition, and that basically is just going to help you and help the audience members, because the people who are going to be using this simulation really want to make it as basic as possible for them to see what's happening and understand and get it. And just the quicker you can, based on how you arrange something, the easiest way to kind of make them get it and understand what's going on, that's going to be easier for you. So, for example, here we have a close-up and the character's phone is ringing, and you can see there isn't really, that isn't filled in there, but you can see there really isn't a lot of movement in, the head. Like, you see, like, here, in this kind of area, the phone begins to ring, buzzing. There's a little just thing annotating that, simply these kind of lines, like the phone lines, indicating like a sound or some kind of like a buzz, and she's looking down on it, like making the movement of her just turning her head looking down. That really isn't that, hard. And her head is big, she's the focus, but you do want us to see, or you want the audience to see, she's still in the store, so you have your wall and all your little, different brand deals or brand names that we've talked about, how to create those. So those are in the background, and the great thing about backgrounds is you can just, static things, basically, you can just kind of use over again and again and again. So the counter is going to be like, the same and stuff, but you can still set up things based on the shot. So the head is big, it's over here. You can still see enough of the counter that you see the clerk is talking to a customer. Maybe they're a bit distracted from you at the moment, which leads to, scenario where you walk out of the store with the glasses. You can see the glasses on the counter, part of the logo, which also shows the glasses. That just, is very important for establishing, like, you're in the store, this is happening. In here you have, like, the person walking into the store, so the store is just front and center. You can see by the arrangement of the glasses kind of on the wall. They aren't the focus, but it's a detail that lets you know, oh, okay, they're going into a glasses store. The shot's pretty straight on, it's pretty straightforward, And here you have, like, a lot of, here's an example of something that has a lot of background animations, and those were done pretty simply. Like, this person isn't really necessarily even moving, their arms are doing much action, they're just going up the elevator, and that's a really simple animation right there. Or you have, these people walking in the background, those are simple animations, but also you have these static things in the background that let you know, like, this is a mall, and they're arranged in such a way where it's just like, yeah, you have these actions going on in the background, and you have these things going on in the background that let you know where you are, but mostly the shot is pretty empty in the place where you have this character, moving around, so the focus is on them and what they're doing. And, here you have two characters that you're focusing on, so they aren't too, like, super close up. You can see kind of, like, half the body, and you can see what the character is doing. That character's pointing, like, hey, can you get me that? The other character kind of looks down, goes into the counter, and is like, oh, sure, and gets it for the character that's the player character. There's this thing that is on the counter that shows, like, the glasses, that doesn't take up, a big portion of the screen, that the cash register, like, all these things are to the side. There's still things, like, in the background of part of the scenery that let you know where you are, but your focus, like, the shot is composed, so there's just enough focus on these two main characters, and they're taking up most of the screen.